Hello, Kamatastic! Welcome to Math Class. Ang lesson natin ngayon ay tungkol sa, or it's all about, solving quadratic inequality. Ito ang ating objectives. Number 1, solve quadratic inequality. Number 2, solve problems involving quadratic inequality. Ito ang mga dapat tandaan sa pagsusolve ng quadratic inequality. Sa first column, meron tayong quadratic inequality. Second, roots, circle to be used, parentheses or brace, graph, set builder notation, at interval notation. Under quadratic inequality, meron tayong apat na iba't ibang form. Una, x squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0, kung saan ang roots ay a, b. Para sa circle na gagamitin natin sa pag-graph, gagamit tayo ng hollow circle. At parentheses para naman sa interval notation. So ito ang makikita ng graph or na graph para sa ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0. At ganito naman ang kanyang set builder notation. X is less than a or x is greater than b for the roots as a and b. So ito naman ang kanyang interval notation. For the second quadratic inequality, ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than or equal to 0, kung saan ang roots ay ab. So, ang gagamitin nating circle ay yung shaded circle para doon sa graph. At braces naman para sa interval notation. So, ganito ang makikita sa graph para sa form ng ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than or equal to 0. Para naman sa set builder notation, so magiging x is less than or equal to a or x is greater than or equal to b. At ang kanyang interval notation ay magiging ganito po yung format. So, ito ay negative infinity wherein yung value ng x or kasama dito yung roots na a and b para doon sa values na magsasatisfy sa equation na ito or sa inequality na ito rather. Para sa pangatlong inequality, ax squared plus bx plus c is less than 0, wherein ang roots niya ay a, b. So, gagamit tayo ng hollow circle para yan sa graph. At parentheses naman para sa interval notation. So, ito ang makikitang graph para sa ganitong inequality. At ang kanyang set builder notation, we have. So, paano ito babasahin? Mag-uumpisa tayo sa variable na x. So, x is greater than a and less than b. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung naunang dalawang inequality or ang ginamit natin sa set builder notation. Dito, gumamit tayo ng salitang and. So, ganito yung magiging interval notation niya. Ibig sabihin nito, kapag gumamit tayo ng parentheses, hindi kasama yung roots na a at b as values na magsasatisfy nitong ating inequality na ax squared plus bx plus c is less than 0. Hindi sila kasama. So, ang values lang na magsasatisfy nito ay yung values in between a and b. For the last inequality, ax squared plus bx plus c is less than or equal to 0 kung saan ang roots natin ay a, b, gagamit tayo ng shaded circle. At saka gagamit din tayo ng braces para sa interval notation. So, ganito yung graph niya. At ang kanyang set builder notation ay ganito. So, kung babasahin natin ito, mag-uumpisa ulit tayo sa x, sa variable x. So, x is greater than or equal to a and less than or equal to b. For the interval notation, again, nag-base tayo dito sa brace. Gumamit tayo ng brace. Ang ibig sabihin ng brace, yung roots na A and B ay kasama sa values na magsasatisfy dito sa ating inequality. Kasi yung symbol ng inequality natin ay less than or equal to. Kung mapapansin nyo, kapag ang symbol niya ay greater than or less than, ang gagamitin natin ay parenthesis. So, para sa greater than or less than. Kapag meron na siyang kasamang equal to, tulad nito, greater than or equal to, at saka yung less than or equal to, kasama na dyan yung, ang gagamitin natin dyan ay ang braces. Ayan, para sa interval notation. Naiintindihan po. So, dito sa pinakahuli, ang ginamit natin ulit ay brace. So, ibig sabihin, ang values from A, kasama yung A, up to B, kasama din si B, ay magsasatisfy ng ating inequality na ito, ax squared plus bx plus c is less than or equal to 0. Kung papansinin nyo naman ang circle na ginagamit. So, kapag greater than at saka less than sign, ang gagamitin natin na circle ay hollow. Kapag meron na siyang kasamang or equal to, katulad nito, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, ang gagamitin nating circle ay shaded. So, magkasama yan sila, halos pare-pareho sila ng paggamit ng parenthesis at brace. So, dito sa graph, kung mapapansin nyo siya, kapag greater than or equal to, yung direction ng arrows natin, ayan, yung direction ng arrows natin ay outward. Pareho silang outward kapag greater than or equal to. Kapag naman less than or equal to, ang direction naman dito sa graph ay inward, papasok. Kumbaga, dito sa number 1, inequality, so lahat ng values, maliban dito sa A at B, kapag hollow, ibig sabihin, hindi kasama yung values na yan, yung A and B. So, maliban sa dalawang yan, lahat na i-cover ng arrow na to, lahat ng values na yan ay magsasatisfy nitong ating quadratic inequality. Ganon din sa pangalawa. Ang pinagkaiba nga lang kasi shaded circle siya, ibig sabihin, itong value na A at B ay kasama yan na magsasatisfy ng ating inequality. Or, parang lahat ng values from A up to this point into infinity and B to the positive infinity is true for this inequality. Same din sa number 3. Yan. So, since inward siya, ibig sabihin, yung values lang in between A and B. Inward siya na hollow. So, hollow, ibig sabihin, hindi kasama yung A at saka yung B. So, it is in between, the values are in between A and B. Sa pinakahuli naman, ang gamit nating circle ay shaded. Ibig sabihin nito kasama yung A and B sa values na true values na magsasatisfy nitong ating inequality. So, it is the values are from A. Pag sinabing from, kasama yung A. From A to B. Okay? Ito yung steps sa pagsosolve ng quadratic inequality. Number 1, transform the given quadratic inequality into quadratic equation. Number 2, solve for the roots, or that is for the critical points. Use the roots to obtain the intervals. Number 3, choose a test point in each interval to determine the solution set. Number 4, graph the solution set. Example number 1. Find the solution set of x squared plus 3x minus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. So, step 1, transform to quadratic equation. So, paano natin siya maitatransform into quadratic equation? Simple lang. Papalitan lang natin itong sign na to, itong greater than or equal to ng equal sign. Ito na yung magiging equation natin. X squared plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. Step 2, solve for the roots. Sa pagsusolve ng roots, meron tayong iba't ibang methods. Extracting the square root, factoring, quadratic formula, at saka completing the square. Maaari kayong pumili sa mga methods na yon, pero dito ang gagamitin natin ay factoring. So, ito yung factors niya, x plus 5 times x minus 2. Kapag minultiply mo yung dalawang binomial na yan, ito yung magiging resulta niya. Then by ZPP, magiging x plus 5 is equal to 0 and x minus 2 is equal to 0. And then by applying the APE, we have x sub 1 is equal to negative 5 and x sub 2 is equal to positive 2. Next step, choose the test point. So, sa pagpipili ng test points, maaari tayong maglagay ng real number line. Dapat ito ay mayroong arrow sa dulo para matawag na number line. Pero kasi pinutol ko siya. So, ayan. Ito yung real number line natin. Gagamitin natin yung roots na nakuha natin dito sa step 2, which is negative 5 and positive 2. Para makuha tayo ng makakuha tayo ng mga test points. So, ayan. Bakit hollow ang ginamit natin? Shaded rather. So, bakit shaded ang ginamit natin? Kasi, ang symbol natin ay greater than or equal to. Kapag may kasamang or equal sign yan, greater than or equal, less than or equal, ang gagamitin natin ay shaded na circle. So, ang isa pang shaded na circle ay ilalagay natin dito sa 2. Ayan. Then, meron na tayong 3. Hatiin natin yan sa 3 region. So, ito yung magiging first region natin, or region 1. So, yung region 1, inyong part, yung portion from negative 5 to the left. And then, yung region 2, yun yung portion, o yung part in between negative 5 and positive 2. At saka yung region 3 naman, yun yung portion or part beyond 2, or yung part ng right side ng 2. Pipili na tayo ng mga test points natin. Sa region 1, pwede tayong pumili ng negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, and so on. So, hindi na natin maisasama yung negative 5 kasi ibig sabihin yan, di ba, nakahalo siya. So, ang pipiliin lang nating values ay yung values beyond this critical points, or in between that critical points. So, region 1, we'll go back to our inequality, which is x squared plus 3x minus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. Yan. So, dito natin gagamitin yung mga test points natin. Hindi dito sa quadratic equation. So, babalik tayo sa original, which is the quadratic inequality. Gagamitin natin ang negative 6. Yan. Pwede rin yung negative 7, pwede rin yung negative 8. Bala kayo kung ano yung values ang gagamitin nyo. Basta wag itong critical points. Beyond the critical points or in between the critical points. Yan. So, gagamitin natin ang negative 6. Negative 6 squared plus 3 times negative 6 minus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. So, negative 6 squared, 36. And then 3 times negative 6, we have negative 18 or minus 18. Then minus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. So we have 36 minus 18 minus 10, that is 8. 8 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes. So it is true for the values from negative 5, or it is true for the values from region 1. And then we will test some points from region 2. Ito na yung inequality natin. Pipili tayo dyan. Could be negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, and 1. So, gagamitin natin yung negative 1. Negative 1 squared plus 3 times negative 1 minus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. So, negative 1 squared, that is 1. And then 3 times negative 1, we have minus 3, then minus 10. 1 minus 3 minus 10 is negative 12. So, negative 12 is greater than or equal to 0. Tama? No. So, it is false for this region. Then we will test the points from region 3. Okay, we'll have 3. So, 3 squared plus 3 times 3 minus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. So, 3 squared is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. So, 9 plus 9 minus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. 9 plus 9 minus 10 is 8. 8 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes. So, which means that all the values from this region is true for this inequality. Now we will have the step number 4. Graph the solution set. So, meron tayong 3 ways to show the answers for the solution set. Pwedeng by graphing, by set builder notation, at by set builder and by interval notation. So, graph muna natin siya. Again, we'll have the critical points, negative 5. So, ginamit ulit natin yung shaded circle kasi yung ating inequality ay greater than or equal to. Or equal to, ibig sabihin, ayan. Kasama yung negative 5 dun sa mga values. At saka, ayan. So, na-test natin na lahat ng regions from negative 5 up to this one, di ba? Ito yung region 1. So, it is true for all the values from this region. Kaya, yung ating arrow ay outward. Which is, kung isusulat natin siya, we have x is less than or equal to negative 5. So, bakit siya less than? Kasi, decreasing siya or pababa, pa-negative. Ayan. Ayan. Ang isa pang critical point natin ay positive 2. So, sa positive 2 naman, na-test natin na lahat ng values sa region 3 is true for this inequality. True siya. Kaya ang ating arrow is pointing to the right. So, x is greater than or equal to positive 2. Then, ko-combine natin yan. We have to combine this one. X is greater than or equal to negative 5. X is less than or equal to negative 5. Rather, x is greater than or equal to 2. So, ito na yung set builder natin. Again, gumamit tayo ng salitang or kasi ang ating symbol ay greater. Kasi nga, sabi doon sa tip natin, greater. So, gagamit tayo ng or. Kapag less than and less than, so, ang gagamitin natin ay and. Ito naman yung kanyang interval notation. Again, ibig sabihin ng braces nito, kasama yung negative 5 at saka yung positive 2 sa values that will satisfy this inequality. Example number 2. Find the solution set of x squared minus 2x minus 3 is less than 0. Step number 1, transform to quadratic equation. So again, paano mag-transform ulit? Papalitan lang natin itong less than symbol ng equal sign. X squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Step number 2, solve for the roots. Again, pwede tayong gumamit ng extracting the square root, quadratic formula, completing the square, at saka factoring. Dito, gagamitin natin ay ang factoring. So, ang factors niya, x plus 1 times x minus 3 is equal to 0. By ZPP or zero product property, we have x plus 1 is equal to 0 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. By APE or addition property of equality, so we have the first root as negative 1 and the second as 3. Step number 3, choose the test points. We'll make use first of the number line. So we have the roots as negative 1 and positive 3. So ano ang gagamitin nating circle? Hollow or shaded? Paano ulit malalaman kung hollow or shaded ang gagamitin? Tingnan po natin tong symbol. It is less than. So kapag less than or greater than, ang gagamitin nating circle ay hollow. So kapag meron na siyang less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, ang gagamitin nating circle ay shaded. So dito, wala siyang kasamang or equal, ang gagamitin nating circle ay hollow. So, under negative 1 at saka yung isa pa nating circle ay under 3. Yan. So, after that, gagawa na tayo ng or identify natin yung 3 regions. Yan. From that point, so yung region 1, region 2, region 3. Then, we will choose the test points from this region, the region 1, region 2, and region 3. So, gagamit tayo ng mga test points. Again, pwedeng kahit anong values from this region. Negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and so on. So, for region 1, balik tayo sa ating original na inequality, which is x squared minus 2x minus 3 is less than 0. Ayan siya. Gamit tayo ng negative 2. Pwede rin yung negative 3, kahit alin na values. Basta yung values from negative 2 to negative 3 up to infinity of the negative numbers. So, negative 2 squared minus 2 times negative 2 minus 3 is less than 0. Ayan, negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4 minus 3 is less than 0. So, 4 plus 4 minus 3, that's 5. 5 is less than 0? No. Therefore, it is false. So, all the values from region 1 will not satisfy this, is not true for this inequality, or are not true for this inequality. And then region number 2. X squared minus 2x minus 3 is less than 0. So, pipili tayo ng mga values from this region. Pwedeng 0, 1, and 2. Or 2. Yan. So, pili tayo. 1. 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3 is less than 0. 1 squared is 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Then minus 3 is less than 0. 1 minus 2 minus 3 is negative 4. So, negative 4 is negative 4 less than 0? Yes. Therefore, all the values from this region is true for this inequality. We will test the values from region 3. Test the values from region 3. Could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So we will have positive 4. So 4 squared minus 2 times 4 minus 3 is less than 0. 4 squared is 16. 2 times 4 is 8, then minus 3. Again, 16 minus 8 minus 3 is 5. So 5 is less than 0. No. So false. Therefore, the values from region 3 is false for this. The values from region 3 are false rather for this inequality. Okay, ito yung continuation ng example number 2. Step number 4 na tayo. Graph the solution set. Again, ito yung ating real number line. So, identify mo na yung critical points, -1 and -1 and 3. So, since nakita natin dun kanina na ang values lang na magsasatisfy ay yung values in between -1 and +3. So, x is greater than -1 kasi kung susundan natin yung arrowhead niya, ayan, it's pointing to the right, which means greater than. Pag to the left, less than. So, x is greater than -1. And then for the other critical point, yung yung +3 rather. +3 natin, ayan. So, it's pointing naman to the left. That is, x is less than +3. Kasi kapag nagpo-point siya sa left, less than yan. So, x is less than +3. So, ayan, kung mapapansin nyo, yung circle na ginamit natin ay hollow circle. So, x is greater than -1 and x is less than 3. Combine natin yan by combining, so we will have this one. X is greater than -1 and less than 3. Kanina gumamit tayo ng or kasi ang ating symbol ay greater than or equal to. Dito gumamit tayo ng and kasi yung symbol natin ay less than lang. So, wala siyang kasamang equal to. So, ayan. Para sa set builder at para naman sa interval notation. So, -1 and 3. Again, ano ang ibig sabihin nito? So, kapag gumamit tayo ng parentheses, ibig sabihin yan, hindi kasama sa values ang -1 at 3. So, ang values lang, yung solution set lang natin ay in between -1 and +3. Okay, these are the 3 ways on showing your solution set. Again, through graph, ito, by set builder, at saka by interval notation. Now, we will have problems involving quadratic inequality. Ito yung application natin sa natutunan natin on how to solve quadratic inequality. This is our problem. The length of the rectangular field is 15 meters more than its width. If the area is less than 100, what could be the measurement of its width? So, in solving problems, we learn the following steps. Diba? Kung naalala nyo yung steps ng RESA, yung RESA wherein R, that is for representation, E for equation, S for solution, and A for the answer. So, start na tayo sa R for representation. Dito, i-represent natin yung problems, yung variables doon sa problem natin. So, the length of the rectangular field is 15 meters. So, ano yung first situation niya? Yung length daw ng rectangular field is 15 meters more than its width. So, ayan, yung length. pag sinabing 15 meters more than, ibig sabihin, mas mahaba siya ng 15 meters doon sa width natin. So, ibig sabihin ng mas mahaba, mag-a-add ka ng 15 kasi 15 meters more than. So, plus 15. So, ano yung pag-a-addan mo ng 15? Yung variable natin, yung width or yung x natin. So, i-represent natin yung width as x. Therefore, yung length niya ay x plus 15. Meron na tayong a representation. Now, we will have now the equation. So, second situation, if the area is less than 100, what could be the measurement of its width? So, if the area, dito papasok na ang formula ng area ng rectangle. So, again, ang formula niya ay length times width is equal to the area is equal to A, or L times W is equal to A. So, meron na tayong representation, meron na tayong formula. So, ang gagawin na lang natin ay papalitan natin yung length at saka yung width dito sa formula na to. Yan. So, yung length natin ay x plus 15. Yan. And then yung width natin ay x. So, again, let's go back to the problem. If the area is less than 100, so instead na equal sign ang gagamitin natin yung symbol ng less than 100. Okay. So, next, multiply natin ito para makagawa tayo ng equation. X plus 15 times x. So, x times x squared, and then 15 times x, that is plus 15x, is less than 100. Then, transpose natin yung 100 sa left side or apply natin yung APE. X squared plus 15x, then minus 100 is less than 0. So, magiging 0 na yung right side. So, now, meron na tayong equation or inequality rather. That is inequality. Finalo lang kasi natin yung steps doon sa problem solving. Yan. So, dito na tayo sa S or sa solution. Sa solution, susundin natin yung steps on solving quadratic inequality. Again, yung first step natin, di ba, is to transform this one into an equation. Yan. Palitan natin yung less than symbol ng equal sign. So, x squared plus 15x minus 100 is equal to 0. Solve for x by factoring. Yung factor niya, x plus 20 times x minus 5 is equal to 0. Ayan. By ZPP and APE, we have now the roots as negative 20 and positive 5. Step number 3 is we have to find the test points. Okay. Diba yung isa nating root ay negative 20 at yung isa ay positive 5. So, ang gagamitin natin ay hollow circle. Bakit? Kasi yung equation ay yung inequality rather natin ay less than sign. Yan. Hollow circle din doon sa 5. So, meron na tayong 3 regions. Yung region dito, ito, hindi ko na nilagay, at saka yung region in between negative 20 and 5, at saka yung region beyond 5 to the right of the number line. Now we will get some points to test. So we have x squared plus 15x minus 100 is less than 0. Kukuha tayo ng test point dito sa region nito on the left side of negative 20. So, gamitin natin yung negative 21. Yeah, negative 21 squared plus 15 times negative 21 minus 100 is less than 0. Simplify, that is 26 is less than 0. Is 26 less than 0? No. Therefore, the values from this region is false for this inequality. Now we will get some points in between negative 20 and positive 5. So, tayo ng 0. 0 squared plus 15 times 0 minus 100 is less than 0. You simplify that. That is equal to negative 100. Negative 100 is less than 0. Yes. So therefore, the values from this region in between negative 20 and 5 are true for this inequality. Then we will test the values from region 3. So we will get, we have 5 here, so we will get 6. 6 squared plus 15 times 6 minus 100 is less than 0. Ayan, by simplifying, that is 26 is less than 0. Yes, it's false. Okay, now we have confirmed that the values from region 1 and region 3 are false for this inequality. Therefore, the arrows are inward. So we have x is greater than negative 20. X is less than 5. So we will write this one in a set builder. X is greater than negative 20 and less than positive 5. So what is now the answer? We have A. So for the answer, we will write this one in a concluding statement. The measurement of the width is, since we're talking with the measurement that refers to length, distance, uh, we will not include this one, the negative 20, or we will bring this one up to 0 because there is no negative distance. Yan. So instead negative 20, palitan natin siya ng 0. The measurement of the width is x is greater than 0 and less than 5 meters. This is now our answer. If you understand well the lesson, you have to, or you may do this practice 1, 2, and 3. For 1 and 2, find the solution set, and then for number 3, and this is a problem. You may solve this through the application of solving the quadratic inequality and the resa. So, I believe that you can do it. Please answer this and send your answers to our Google Classroom. Thank you for your time. And again, goodbye, welcome, and goodbye, Matastic.